Good evening, everyone. It is a delight to be here and a real honor. Thank you to Dolores and Johnny for the wonderful introduction. I want to give a big shout out for HRC President Kelly Robinson and our board chair Morgan Cox for their incredible leadership and friendship and vision. I also want to thank the Gala's co-chairs for this year, Danielle, Vikram, and Michael. Thank you for doing such a great job for all of us. And I want to thank the Human Rights Campaign for your stalwart commitment to fighting for the rights of LGBTQ+ people. This is an extraordinary organization. It's so extraordinary that it has had such an incredible legacy on the present, on the past, and most importantly, on what will happen in the future. You've already inspired generations of activists and allies, really getting at the heart of what it means to value life, liberty, and pursuit of happiness for everyone. And the movement that you have built over the past 40 years has truly changed the course of history. When I first came to Washington, LGBTQ+ individuals couldn't get married, couldn't donate blood, couldn't serve openly in the military. And now all of that has changed. And it's thanks to the hard work and advocacy of each and every one of you in this room. Just yesterday, I had a drink at the Stonewall National Monuments Visitor Center to be with some of my favorite LGBTQ advocates. That wasn't there for us before, and it will be there for the next generation. LGBTQ+ equality is deeply personal to me and to my family. I've already performed 3 LGBTQ+ weddings, including my own brothers-in-law. And most importantly, I have raised 2 boys who are deep LGBTQ+ allies. As I've watched them grow, I've seen them become advocates, defenders of their gay, lesbian, and transgender friends. I've watched them realize that bigotry and hate are alive in our communities today. And they have become emboldened to lead and to defend and to fight for equality and equity for all. In my job as a senator, as a member of the Armed Services Committee, I've led the charge to make sure we could repeal the disgraceful and discriminatory Don't Ask, Don't Tell policy. It's an overwhelming feeling to talk to a service member who's willing to die for this country, who tells you, I would have done anything for the military. I would have given everything for my country. And what I loved so much about it was the dedication to honor and character and dignity. Except I don't have any of that because I cannot be honest about who I love. And that is a heartbreaking fact of our history, and it's what made me fight so hard. It's also what made me fight so hard to protect our transgender service members when President Trump attacked them over and over and over again. Now they can serve openly. I brought one of the most senior transgender military officials I could find to the State of the Union address when President Trump was speaking. These policies were not only deeply harmful to our LGBTQ+ women and men who serve in our armed forces, but were also very damaging to our nation's military readiness and our national security. And these brave men and women deserve to be able to realize their dreams and to serve our country openly without scorn or discrimination, and with the dignity of recognizing their partners and spouses as next of kin when they are injured. I've also pushed hard to ease the restrictions for gay men to donate blood and to permit those living with HIV and HBV to serve in the military. And I've worked to support LGBTQ+ businesses and protect against lending discrimination. But following Clarence Thomas's disgraceful concurrence in Dobbs, disgraceful, I helped galvanize my colleagues to pass the Respect for Marriage Act. Now, this law should prevent the Supreme Court from eroding our hard-fought progress on marriage equality. Now, we have to outmaneuver them on reproductive freedom and access to contraception. We need to keep fighting for LGBTQ+ equality in everything, from housing to healthcare. And we must regain the majority in the House so that we can keep fighting and keep defending these rights. We still have so much work to be done. We have to pass the Equality Act, the Hate Crimes Bill, the John Lewis Every Child Deserves a Family Act. All of those things will make the lives of our LGBTQ friends and families better, safer. But as everyone in this room knows all too well, and perhaps even personally, hate continues to rise. In recent years, attacks on our LGBTQ+ families and individuals has increased, from the murder of 5 innocent people at Club Q nightclub in November to the nationwide attacks on transgender and non-binary communities. Hate crimes based on sexual orientation now represent 1/3 of the largest category after race and religion. Republican legislators have proposed more than 150 bills in at least 25 states to control the lives of transgender youth. Others have sought to restrict discussion of LGBTQ+ topics in public schools, and others have outright banned books about gay families. Still, more have introduced bills to allow foster care and adoption agencies to refuse services to members of the LGBTQ+ community based on their religious beliefs. But you know, the fight for LGBTQ equality has never been easy. And we've come so far in just the past few decades. We have won these battles before. And I promise you, we will win them again. We must continue this fight. They will not prevail. Because you know the moral arc of history is long, and it does bend towards justice. We are too powerful, too many, too dedicated. We are drawing lines in the sand that they will not cross. This will be our stand, and equality will maintain our battle cry. Thank you.